Hey, crafty friends, happy Sunday evening. It is August 20th. We are glad to have you here on Facebook and YouTube. Let me get my bot set up and we will be good to go. Change publication. That one. Turn it on.
There you are.
Save it. Live. We should be good. Awesome. Hello, everybody. And again, happy Sunday. Hop on, say hello when you get here. The keyword tonight, is black cats. So type in black cats in the comments, and that will get you entered into our weekly giveaway. And that will be for next Sunday night. Hey, Mimi. So we are going to be doing a drawing tonight for last week's entries. And I have a quick craft to show you too. So we would love it if you would give our page a heart, if you would follow us both on Raincross Farms Makery on Facebook and subscribe to us on Raincross Farms Makery on YouTube. We are at 951. Thanks for sprinkling, Margaret. Hello. We're at 951. We're shooting for 1,000. We're hoping to get it very, very soon. So follow us on YouTube if you haven't already. And of course, sprinkle out this video just like Margaret did to your crafty friends. Thanks so much. Yes. Hey, Mimi, thanks for sprinkling. Lots of sprinkles going on. In fact, we're waiting for the sprinkles. Is it sprinkling where you are? I mean, literal rain. We are originally from Southern California, so we're kind of keeping an ear out to see how our former friends and neighbors and family are doing back there with Hurricane Hillary. Is that what it is?
Yep.
Hey, Wanda, thanks for sprinkling. Hey, Teresa. So last week, kind of a slow week, wasn't doing great, and I didn't do too many lives, but we do have quite a few entries into our giveaway for tonight. So as usual, I'm going to shuffle. There is a wasp or something in here, so he needs to just stay away. What am I going to say? I'm going to shuffle the names a couple of times, and then we're going to spin the wheel. We're going to see who our weekly winner is. You will get some happy mail from me. If your name comes up, I will reach out to you through Messenger and get some information from you and get the perfect happy mail on its way to you. So are we ready for our drawing?
Of course we are.
Okay, let's see. Okay, so I'm going to shuffle 1, 2, 3 times.
3 times a lady.
Whoops, uh-oh. What did I do with it? I lost it. There it is. We'll shuffle it 3 times. Okay. So here we go. And I'm going to start the wheel. Good luck, everyone. Good luck, good luck, good luck. And Chris Anderson is our winner. Congratulations. Woohoo! Congratulations, Chris. I will be reaching out to you a little bit later tonight. Don't feel like you have to respond tonight because I'm not sure what time it is where you're at. And let me get the cover back on this. And we'll be good to go. So, ready for craft? We are going to be doing some Halloween type crafts. I'm not a super duper Halloween crafter. I'm not a super duper Halloween decorator. And I definitely don't go towards too spooky. I go towards more cutesy. So we are going to make some black cats out of 2x4s. That's just a 2x4. And my wonderful husband cut this little notch in here. It's not super smooth. That's okay. It's supposed to be kind of rustic. So he just took 3 different lengths of 2x4s. And tell the people where you got the 2x4s.
I got it from a pallet.
He pulled apart a pallet. We did a We did a craft not too long ago making this pumpkin, and I actually went and bought a fence board for it, cut it up. He comes home the next day with a couple of pallets in the back of the truck, and perfect wood to make this kind of craft and to make this too. So he just tore apart those pallets. Free wood, and it wasn't even the really grungy, wood. It was all relatively smooth. So get your crafting where you can find it. Yes, not spooky cutesy. Glad you are glad to be here, Lynn. Thanks so much. Okay, so again, nothing fancy. These are, let me tell you how long they are. This is about 9.5 inches. This one's about 8 inches. And this one's about 6.5. No, does not, anything works. Okay, it's just kind of random. But you do kind of want them like a little staggered. Okay, you look like you're wanting to say something.
I don't know if they care that much, but those angles in the ears are just 45-degree cut off.
Okay, 45-degree angles in the ears. And again, that doesn't matter so much either. So let's get to painting these up. I'm just going to paint them with my chalk paint. This is Waverly brand. It's the color ink. It's just basic black chalk paint. You could also use acrylic paint, whatever you have handy. I'm just going to kind of shake it up. Thank you for the stars, Liz.
Are you getting rained
the
on
little
down
graphic?
there, Steve?
Yes, how's your weather, Liz? Okay. It's got some crumbs, so I'm going to kind of open this up to the side. And I'm going to find my biggest paintbrush. It's like this one. And this does not have to be, oh, I'm going to do one thing first. I want this to kind of be the chippy look, chippy paint look. I don't want it to be like a solid, pristine black. I want to do that little chippy look with it. So I'm going to, I have a little candle. I just pulled it out of its little thing. You can use a long candle, short candle, decide what side you want this on. And I'm just going to rub some wax.
Howdy yourself, Nancy Sue.
All over this, because we don't want all of the paint to stick super duper well.
So what is that, a candle?
It's just a candle. And I'm going to kind of do some on the side. You don't really want it everywhere. Okay. And let's see, let's have this side.
Liz says Baja has a lot of flooding. They've had rain since last night, but the wind just picked up, and so did the rain. Power outages all over.
Okay, where are you hearing me?
Huh?
I'm hearing my voice playing somewhere.
Oh, it wasn't in my ears.
Oh.
I've got to fix that.
Okay. And let's do this side. Okay, these are kind of banged up. It doesn't matter. Oh, yes, I did hear about the earthquake too. I didn't hear where or how heavy, but I know my Riverside friends were commenting on it. Okay, and you know what? Just because I'm not going to remember which side was up, I'm just going to do all the sides. Okay, now the reason I'm doing this doesn't have anything to do with chalk transfers, because honestly, we're not going to use any chalk transfers tonight. I know. I sell the darn things, but sometimes I get tired of them. So I'm doing a craft without any chalk transfers.
I'll just sit over here right now. I feed my dog some snacks. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Jesse said black cat.
Okay, so I've got some wax on here. I can kind of feel it. That's okay. And let's start with our big tall one. And we're just going to paint this up. Again, it does not have to be perfect.
There we go. Now you shouldn't hear me.
Starting with the ears. So is anybody else having weather?
No, everybody else has no weather.
Has no weather. Weatherless. Okay, I'm going to start with the edges. Looks like a nail hole. That's okay.
And pallets will have nail holes in them.
Yes,
That's the
okay.
other thing. You
But the
must
price is right.
You must take all the nails out before you start cutting.
That's true, because you don't want your saw blade to hit a nail. That's one bad thing about pallets. Yeah, they're free, but they don't. You have to do some work. You have to make sure all of the nails are out.
It took me a while too.
Let's get this bottom here. Okay. So did everybody have a good weekend? Did you do anything special this weekend? Okay, it's in Ojai near Ventura County. I'm sorry you're not feeling well, Margaret. Please do go to bed and catch the replay tomorrow. We will miss you.
Yeah, Liz, she says pallets make great firewood. All the cut-ups are out on my burn pile when it calms down around here. Right now we have so many fires.
We are not about to do a burn pile anytime soon. In fact, we did have a little excitement. What was it, Friday? We are members of the local volunteer fire department. And usually when we get the notices we're not in town or we're not able to help. Well, this time we were just coming home from town. We were in the truck and we got a notice that there was a fire. And I noticed that the street name is the street where our church is. And so we thought, oh, I'm going to look it up. It looked like it was nearby our church. So we thought, well, we're already in the truck. Let's go to it. And lo and behold, the fire was right across the street. It was just a grass fire on a little hillside across the street from our church. But we stopped and I was filling buckets, 5-gallon buckets with water, and Bill had a shovel and was trying to
hitting hot
spots and putting dirt on it, I assume.
Yep.
All that before the fire department actually arrived there. So we neighbors pretty much had it put out before the fire trucks even got there. But they were good at really hosing it down, making sure there weren't any hot spots left. So that was fun.
I did read the report that Laverne sent out.
Uh-huh.
He said that the burn was 1.3 acres of grass, so it was bigger than I thought. And they're still not sure what caused, but probably the high winds sparking lines.
Yeah, there's some power lines right there that have some trees that are maybe a little overgrown. And so they'll probably be trimming up those trees. And we didn't have super high winds, but we had some pretty decent winds blowing those tree limbs into the power lines. So that was like a couple miles down the road from us. So basically where we live, when there's an emergency, you're pretty much on your own for the very beginning. Help will come, but you have to start acting for yourself before they get there.
We've even been told by paramedics that if we need to call them, we're to probably tell
meet
them
them
we'll meet
halfway.
them down the road.
Okay, So I've got 3 sides, 4 sides. I've got most of these sides painted except the back. So I'm going to get out my dryer and speed up the drying on this. But not safe here. That's how it is. Southern California, it was a big shock moving here, where you actually burn your leaves and your trimmings and your. We would be seeing fires and we would panic because in Southern California, if you saw smoke, you panicked. It was a big deal. Not so much here. Burn pile, or the farmers are burning their fields at the end of the season. Oh. Well, you don't need one like this. This would scorch your pup. This is an embossing gun, so it gets really, really hot. Wanda, the word is black cat craft. We just put it in the comments, pinned comment. So black cat is, no, you don't need, well, unless that's what you're going for. And in there. Again, just 2x4s cut with cat ears at the top at one end. Angle 45 degrees. Just paint it, giving him a coat of paint with black paint. And now I'm just kind of giving them a quick dry.
Put wax on because you don't want it to stick everywhere. So.
Then I used a candle. This is just a little votive candle. And I just put some wax on the surface. I'll show you, I'm going to do a chippy finish. I don't want it to look smooth. I want it to be, look kind of weathered. We have critters on our farm. Yes. Well, we have 2 dogs, a cat, and 11 chickens. We lost one the other day. 11 chickens, roosters. Our roosters. 2 of the birds are teeth, and 2 of them are itty bitty babies. Those are the approved animals. We also have rabbits.
Unapproved.
Unapproved. Rabbits in the garden. We feed our rabbits well, apparently. Get this backside done. And again, I'm just painting over that wax that I just kind of, I didn't completely cover the surface with wax. I just kind of put some random lines of it.
Said, do we have coyotes?
Do we have coyotes? Yes. We hear them at night. Not every night, but we hear them. We think they stay away for the most part because they just don't want to deal with our dogs. Not that they couldn't overpower our dogs, but they just don't want to deal with them. So we hear them in the distance, sometimes not so distant, but
Dogs really like to go after them when they do.
dogs like, well, they don't chase them so much. They just go out and bark and make their presence known.
And we know that there are probably 6 mountain lions between here and one of our friends about 3 miles away.
Although we have never seen them.
And we probably wouldn't.
We have never seen a mountain lion.
But I have seen probably bobcat prints out in the snow. And we have Canadian geese everywhere, and we have deer come through.
Deer come through, not so much. Again, the dogs just annoy the deer, so they think, I'm just gonna take a little detour somewhere else. Don't wanna deal with those yapping dogs. Okay, I think we've got these painted. Let me get this side dry. And you know what I think I don't have is an ink knife. I brought one, so I'll try my.
Something comes in her basket and gets apples and pears off her trees.
Could be raccoons.
Yeah, very well to be corrected. Of course, Daisy likes to go to our nectarine tree and try to get the nectarines off.
This will be the first year we've lived here that we have had a crop of nectarines. Generally, a blossom, and then inevitably we will have a strong wind come by and the wind will blow all those blossoms off, and then we don't get any nectarines. This is our first year having some nectarines, and Daisy wants to eat them. I think that's dry. So here's my 2x4s cut with cat ears. Put that aside. And let's see. I'm going to, because remember I put the wax down underneath that, I'm going to take my paste scraper. Generally I use a putty knife. I don't think I brought one down here. So I'm going to try it with my paste scraper. And I'm just going to kind of scrape off. Just kind of scraping off some of that paint. Not all of it, not a lot of it. Just to kind of give it a weathered look.
Liz, I'm sending you a few photos. Actually, I'm looking for my Duke and Daisy. There's Duke. There's Larry showing me he's not afraid.
Okay, and if you feel like you've taken too much paint off, you can always just paint a little bit more down there.
So, Liz, your name is Dixie from the Jeep, right? Well, mine is Duke and Daisy so that I go home to Daisy Duke every night. That was the whole idea.
Oops. Dropped it. Okay, so this works pretty good. Again, you can just use your palette knife or your...
You could use anything to scrape them. Elaine, you said you made a set of these a couple of years ago. How have they held up, or do you still have them?
Okay, I'm gonna paste it off. Okay, so I've kind of got them scraped off. I'm also going to kind of sand the edges. And I could do that with a sanding block. I'm going to really attack those edges. This is a pretty coarse sanding block, so it's taken off a lot of that edge. I'm just using this on the edges.
And again, you said you want these to be rustic.
Yes, I want them rustic. If you don't want them rustic, just keep them a solid black. That looks perfectly fine too. And I'm trying to make the fronts and the backs look alike, although you're probably not going to see the backs. But back on my soapbox, if you're selling your crafts or if you're just taking pride in your crafts, pay attention to the back. Don't just make it look sloppy. Don't skip painting it. Don't necessarily skip finishing it. Make a good impression, and even if you're just making it for yourself, you're worth it. They have done good. You have them inside. If these are indoor, outdoor. Now, I will say I wouldn't put them someplace where they're going to get rained on, just because the chalk paint might not hold up particularly well. Although you could seal them in a clear coat if they were going to be out in like direct sunlight or getting rained on. But if they're like under a covered porch or something, they'll be just fine. And they'll definitely be darling inside too, sitting on a shelf or on a mantle or around the bottom of your fireplace, or you name it. Okay. Get some of those. Okay, now I have lots of paint dust here.
Everywhere.
So
Make
I'm
sure you
going
get it on your face like you did last time. I got to take a photo of her, Devin.
Yeah. After one of my crafting sessions, I had dust or something all over me. Didn't realize it. Hoping I didn't have it on during my live.
Hello, Carolyn.
Hey, Carolyn.
From
Waterloo, Iowa. Are you in Eastern time zone or is that Central? Some cats, black cats out of 2x4s. And these actually came from a pallet that Bill rescued and took apart. So I have my three cats, varying heights. Now we're going to work on the eyes. Now this is what I did. I kind of made a template, and it looks like that.
How'd you do that?
I used two different types of circles. I used a skinny circle, and then I used a bigger circle and kind of made that shape. So here is the skinny circle, and then here is the arc that makes the bigger circle. And then I have the little pupils. I just kind of cut down like that. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to put this on some tape. I'm going to make like my own little transfer, my own little stencil.
And here I thought you weren't doing stenciling.
I know, but I mean, I don't have, you know what I mean.
I know
Okay.
what you mean.
So I'm going to take this and I'm going to draw it on some painter's tape. Hey, Chris.
Carolyn's in Central. Chris is the one that won tonight. Did you see that,
Oh,
Chris?
yes. Did you see? You were our weekly giveaway winner. I'm going to trace out 3 of these sets of eyeballs, cat eyeballs. On some painter's tape. Don't have to be perfect. And kind of touch them up later. Okay, so I've got 3 sets because I've got 3 cats. Now I'm going to take my X-Acto knife and I'm going to cut that out.
Make sure the knife is sharp.
Make sure it's sharp, but make sure you don't cut yourself. And just go slow. And I'm making my own little transfer, although it's not going to be silk screen. Okay, take that out. Do that again.
Chris said, yes, thank you.
Good. Yeah, I will be reaching out to you. Hope I'll remember to do it after this live. Get you all set up. I think you've won before, so I probably already have your address. Okay. So, do you see what I'm doing? Can you, do I need to display this any differently? Okay, so I'm going to slice that right there. So I've made my own little transfer. Take this and I'm going to put that down. Not there. I'm going to cut out another one. Am I missing anything? Okay, Carolyn is in Central.
Tammy, the keyword is black cat.
Okay, and we're going to do something a little bit special with these guys too.
A little bit special.
A little bit special.
Not a lot special. So, question for you. You've got black paint down, and then you have wax down, and then you have black paint. And the paint you're going to put on for the eyes, is that going to block out that black paint?
Yes.
Or be on the wax?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's no wax on the, in fact, I probably should have waxed. There's no wax on top of this paint. Another little transfer. You could also freehand this too. But if you don't trust your freehanding skills, this is a way you can do it. I've got another set of eyes. And cut out our last set. I haven't cut myself yet. Probably shouldn't have said that. I could have jinxed it. It's done. Okay, got my last little stencil made. Okay, good. Okay, got that pushed down. Now I am going to get, I'm going to get some of my white paste. I could paint this on, and that's something you could always do. You could always just paint it on, but I'm going to actually use my chalk paste. And I'm going to just chalk over this, just like it was one of my transfers, although it won't have a lot of detail.
I'm going to have you move everything to the right, if you would.
Sorry. And I want to kind of make it pretty solid white. And again, you could totally freehand this. I'm not seeing a lot of black through there, so I think that is pretty solid. Put this away, and I'm going to do a quick dry on this. Because of that tape, I'm not going to use my embossing gun with the really high heat. I'm just going to use my low heat. And I'm going to dry that up, and we're going to do one more thing before we peel it off.
How long does it take for paste like that to dry?
Less than a minute. If you, well, not true. A couple of minutes, air dry. It won't take very long at all. With this, I can get it dry in less than, like, that's already dry. Because it's made out of chalk, it dries really quickly. Okay, before I peel that off, I'm going to do one more thing. We have glow in the dark paste. This is glow in the dark. It goes on pretty much clear. It kind of gives a little hazy. It'll kind of tone down a pure white. It won't go on completely invisible, but for the most part, it's clear. But it does, when it's activated in the light, it will glow. Now, I will tell you, it won't glow all night long. It'll glow for a bit. but it's really cool. So I'm going to just put a layer of our glow in the dark paste right over that white. So the eyes are going to glow in the dark, if it all works out right. Now I'm hoping we can get our room dark enough so you can see it. Kind of putting it on kind of thick. Now, if you'd like to get yourself some of our glow in the dark paste, this is like the only thing that I put in the cart link. So when you type black cats, you'll get a message to your messenger. And if you click the button that says product info, and then you click the next button that says today's supplies, it will give you a cart link. The only two things in there are the glow in the dark in the jar, the 3 ounce. We also sell this in the little mini packets. So if you want to just give it a try and not purchase a whole jar of it, you can get yourself a mini packet. But do keep in mind, you know, you've got shipping, so make it worth your while. Okay, so I've got that glow in the dark over there. I'm going to peel this off. Spooky cat.
Just like put it up. You
Did I?
put it down.
Spooky cat. Spooky cat. And I see some areas where it bled with the white. That's okay. I can take some black paint and touch that up. I'm going to dry these glow in the dark babies. I decorate them up a little bit, not a lot, nothing too fancy, because we want to look. The glow in the dark takes a little bit longer to dry. Okay, so let me show them to you. They're still not completely dry, but are those cute?
That's
Pretty
so
kitties,
cute.
pretty kitties. Okay, let's take some of raffia. I like raffia on the roll instead of in that bag where it explodes on you. So let's take some raffia and let's see. You know what? Let's make a bow
Brenda
first.
says those are cute, and Chris says liking that. Amy Joe, hello, hello. Tammy says so cute. Chris says so cute. Amy Joe says sprinkle. Thank you.
Thanks for sprinkling. Okay, so let's make a bow. Scissors. Okay, and I'm just going to make like a shoelace bow, or some people call it a bunny bow.
Bunny bow.
I didn't do that very well. It doesn't look very good. I'm going to redo it.
Sprinkle, 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 sprinkle. Well, if we get that much rain, that'd be a good.
Okay, I'm going to do it a little differently. I'm not happy with that.
And if Mama ain't happy,
Ain't nobody happy.
Right, dogs?
Okay, I'm going to try it again. If I like it. If not, I'll just go with a different kind of bow. Okay, that's better. Okay, so let's trim these.
Brenda, we get it on Amazon. Would you like me to send you a link for it?
Yes, it comes in all different colors. This is just their natural. So here is a bow, and we will tie that on in a second. Let me make another one. 2, 3, 4. This one's a little longer. You can also just kind of wad it up and smoosh it together. Tie it in the middle.
I'm looking for the one with a pack of multiple colors.
Yeah, there's a pack that I like to get. It's got red and green and white. But there's, if you just go to that Amazon link.
Okay, I'm going to post the Amazon link in the text here.
We do have to tell you we are Amazon associates. So if you purchase something using our link, they will send us a couple of pennies, literally pennies. Doesn't cost you any more. But we do have to tell you that we are Amazon associates.
You might even make 3 cents.
We might even make 3 cents. You never know.
Hey, Linda Lou, she said black
Hey,
cat.
Linda. Okay. And I'll have to see if we can get enough lights out.
I have lots of live black cats.
We have live ones.
As
We
opposed
have-
to dead ones.
Yeah, we have ones opposed to 2x4 ones. Okay, now I could just hot glue this on, but I think I'm going to tie it. It's kind of long. Okay, so let's see.
That link hasn't come through yet, but I did post it. There it is. Okay, I saw the link come through. I just had to refresh.
Okay, that looks pretty good. Let me trim these up. Okay, and I might kind of just touch it up with a little bit of glue, but cute little kitty, little black cat. Okay. Another, double it.
Chris says that's cute. Brenda says love them. Tammy says black cat. Tammy, I don't see it answering you. Try black cats with an S on the end. See if that works for you.
It should come up. I think I typed in black cats, black, and cats, and cats. So it should
be something then.
Yeah, it should come up for you.
I don't know what happened to my camera on YouTube, but it did not like it. Everything was dark. So I fixed it though. So there you
go. Okay, I have black paint all over my hands. Probably looks like I have leprosy or something.
Well, I tell you, after fighting that fire, I was covered in soot. Those girls were covered in soot out there working. My goodness.
All the neighbors were out. Trim. Okay, I think that should do it. Okay, we've got Papa Cat, Mama Cat, Baby Cat. Aren't they cute?
Porridge was too hot, porridge was too cold, and porridge was just right.
Okay, so shall we see what they look like in the dark? Well, we're probably going to need to turn out the overhead light over there.
Hold on for a second, then I gotta walk around. Rhonda, hello, Rhonda.
And in the meantime, they do have to be charged in the light, so I'm going to hold them up here to my light for just a second. So that chalk paste gets charged. Ooh, it's getting spooky in here.
Are they getting light?
I'm hoping so.
Oh, you're out of the screen, but that's all right.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm just blaring some light into them. Okay. Are you ready to turn off my lights? Okay, he's got those off. Let me turn that one off.
Well, they're not showing great, but they are showing.
What do you think? Spooky.
On Facebook, they're showing up real well.
Spooky cats. So cool.
Good looking kitties.
Okay, awesome. So that's our craft for tonight. I'm still here. That's our. This paste is awesome. You use it you can use it like paint. You can use it like any of our chalk pastes on any of our designs, and it does glow in the dark. I will tell you, don't get your hopes up. It's not going to glow all night long. It's going to glow for a couple of minutes, and it's going to need to be recharged. But it's really cool.
But it's fun for kids.
It's fun for kids.
Or grandkids to do it with. Great
so,
craft.
So it's fun to make our cute little 2x4 kitty cats. So I hope you enjoyed that. Let me see if I can hold them all up. Look at my little kitties.
Oh boy, I got answered. Chris wants to know what happened. We had a fire that we responded to with our local group, our local fire department. We have a volunteer fire department. And so we were talking about putting out that fire.
It was just a little grass fire. I mean, it wasn't a huge, it could have gotten worse, but cute kitties. Okay, yes, Carolyn, start using that glow-in-the-dark paste. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed our little glow-in-the-dark kitties. And again, I hope you follow us at Raincross Farms Makery and subscribe to us on YouTube at Raincross Farms Makery. And we will be back tomorrow with another fun craft. So I'm going to take my little kitties and go put them somewhere. So have a great night. And of course, we hope you do something. It's getting kind of buried there. Do something creative every day and just have fun. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you later. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.